I can't help it, y'all. I can't help it. No more call-in show. It's going to be the show, and you're going to get your chance to text the coach. But y'all, no more Tylers. No more Tylers from Spartanburg. Last year was so good. Can you imagine what part 2 and 3 would have been like? Maybe the sequel would have been bad because in movies that's normally the case. But yeah, I'm going to get to this in just a second. Welcome to the show. I heard about this yesterday and kind of pumped my brakes on it. And then someone reached out to me and said, no more call-in show. And I was like, okay, I'll talk about it. Welcome to the show. I interrupted my own self. I'm Brian. Hope you'll subscribe. If you like what I'm doing, we have a lot of fun on here. We poke fun at people. We try to keep it family. I keep it family friendly. But I hope you'll subscribe if you enjoy it. I can't speak good right now because I'm sorry, speak well for the grammar police out there. Because this is so funny. Hope you'll subscribe. It's free, and it's the easiest way to support the channel. So, dive in. So, it comes out that Dabo Swinney's show he has every Monday after a game in season, that it would no longer be a call-in show. It would be a text-in format. So, you text your questions, they look over them, and if your question is chosen, great. Now, let's be fair here. Let's be fair here and put all jokes aside. I'm kind of shocked they haven't went to this format a long time ago, because you have to screen comments that are going to be made. Whether you and I like it or not, there is a screening process. And I know someone's going to talk about free speech. I'm all for free speech, but you need to realize that there are people. That's the reason that I'm not doing a call-in show. I have friends of mine who are brave and they do call-in shows, but I am telling you, I even went with the whole format of I would share the link with you to where you could come on live stream and we could talk and everything. And folks, I had to stop. Why? Because there were people who would come on and they were popping GD and F and all this bunch of stuff. And folks, I'm not going to put up with that. And then you have to kick them off, and then you have to delete the video, or you have to go back and edit it out, and that's a whole task in itself. And it's hard to control. And then once you kick someone off of a call, then all of a sudden they're ticked at you for it. I can't believe I couldn't come on your show and talk like a lunatic that's drunk at a bar. It's a sports show, man. It's America. No. I'm not going to do that. So I don't blame Clemson. I don't blame Coach Swinney for this. Also, text is a way easier way for people to communicate, right? I mean, obviously, you can only take so many phone calls. Obviously, that's going to increase the amount of communication with people, and you're less likely to have your question taken, but it is a little more, I don't want to say special, but they can select, they can screen, and they can select questions. If they see common styles of questions, I'll guarantee you that they're using some software that has an algorithm, and you can see the overall general questions that whether there's like a common question that's being asked, and they'll just pick someone, if that makes sense. Like if someone's asking about the offense and it's not too offensive, hey, are we making adjustments along the offensive line? And that question, one of those questions from that poll will be actually chosen and given to the coach. I don't know. I'm speculating. But I think last year definitely pushed Clemson forward into this. Now, if you talk to someone at Clemson, and I've read a few different articles, and I don't have to read all of them to get the idea that this was probably been on the table for a while. And if you ask somebody at Clemson, they'll be like, no, it has little to nothing to do with Tyler from Spartanburg, man. You're not on the inside. Don't talk about things that you don't know. I get that all the time. But I once had an executive tell me this one time, said, Brian, always trust your gut. You know what my gut says? Yes, this was on the table. This has been on the table for a while. But my gut tells me that last year and the craziness that went on, yeah, that's what pushed it over the edge. And that Clemson has to play Georgia this Saturday, 12 o'clock, Atlanta, and give or take a half a point, Clemson is a 2-touchdown underdog. And this could turn really, really bad. So can you imagine the Monday after the Clemson-Georgia game if Clemson gets their tail kicked? If, let's just say Georgia comes out there and they demoralize Clemson. Can you imagine that call-in show? Tyler from Spartanburg would be a pleasant conversation. So I don't blame them. I don't blame them for nixing this. It's funny. All of the one-liners that we got last year, out of that 5-minute rant was golden. But folks, I hate to tell you, we're not gonna get those anymore. Okay, we're not gonna have any more of those. The questions that you're gonna hear on the show is going to be, what's your favorite ice cream? If you could be on Walker Texas Ranger and not actually be Walker Texas Ranger because there's only one Chuck Norris. I love Chuck Norris. I'm not kidding. Who would you be? We're going to get questions like, are you more Myrtle Beach or are you more Charleston? This is going to be good. This is going to be good, and there'll be a few. There are going to be some questions about football thrown in there, like, are you happy with Matt Luke? And we're going to get. I'm telling you, we're going to get some great questions out of this. We're going to get some great insight. There's going to be so many great details. And folks, I was holding off on doing this, and I was just kind of filling the room. I'm going to look at the comment section real quick. Guy Powell's in here. John Dry's in here. 4th and goal. Seawalt, you and I, I've told you that I was going to try to have you on the show. We need to work that out. I'm sorry. We got Thomas Mills in here from the state of South Carolina, Clemson alum. He and his wife are stationed in Germany. It's good to see you in here, my friend. JTB 721. Becky from Gaffney won the text questions for the night. She told Dabo that she didn't want them to throw bubble screens. Yeah, that won't make it through, my friend. We got John Dry in here, Cohen Pope. We got Steve Bow. Indian Land SC. All right. So, folks, I am in honor of the show being canceled. Not my show. The call-in segment. The show is still going on. I misspoke there. The show is still going on. We're just going to have a text-in format, okay? So, in honor of this, I am going to go through Dabo Swinney's rant, and I'm not going to rank them. I am just going to give you some of my all-time favorite comments from Coach Swinney. Now, I am quoting his words. I am quoting his words, and I'm just doing this because no more Tylers from Spartanburg, guys. No more Tylers from Spartanburg. And so get ready for this coming Monday after the Georgia game. If Clemson not only loses, but they get their butt handed to them. I'm telling you, we're going to hear questions, really in-depth questions like, are you upset that y'all lost? What are we doing to get Clemson back to a championship? And that's going to be about the most in-depth question you're going to hear. And it's going to be fantastic. All the homers who was mad that any coach has ever been fired at Clemson, they're going to line up for this. They're going to love it. Here we go. I'm going to shut up and I am going to read my favorite. Let me see. Merle Hooper says, I am trying to listen to Dabo's press conference that is on. Started 40 minutes ago and listened to you also. Merle, good luck. Good luck. So here we go. In no particular order, I've rambled about this. I need to get to the point. Someone's going to go in here. Get to the point, man. I'm going to give you some of my favorite lines that Dabo Swinney said to Tyler from Spartanburg. Here we go. Hey, Tyler. This is the very beginning. I've listened to you enough. You can have all your opinions that you want. I don't know how old you are. Don't really care. But let me tell you something. We won 11 games last year. Next, number 2. You're part of the problem, to be honest with you. Because that is part of the problem. It's people like you. This is number 2 and number 3. The appreciation. The expectation is greater than the appreciation. And that's the problem. That's 2 and 3 together. Number 4. So if you want to know why, Clemson ain't sniffed a national championship for 35 years. We've won 2 in 7 years, and there's only 2 other teams that can say that. Georgia and Alabama. Is this a bad year? Yeah, and it's my responsibility. Take 100% responsibility for it. But all this bullcrap you're thinking, all these narratives you read, listen, man, you can have your opinion all you want, and you can apply for the job. And good luck to you, all right? Number 5, if I'm still counting correctly, people like you who just love to destroy people with your comments, all right? I'm sure you've never made any bad decisions. I'm sure you lived a perfect life. I'm sure you led a bunch of people. This is great. It's so entertaining just reading it. You don't even have to hear it. Oh, man. Let's see. So to answer your question, I started as the lowest paid coach in this freaking business, all right? And I'm where I am because I've worked my butt off every day. I edited. And I ain't going to let some smart butt kid get on this phone and create this stuff. So if you got a problem with that, I don't care. There's 6. I've been part of failure many times, but this ain't one thing in my life that I've ever failed out. But there ain't one thing in my life I ain't ever failed at, Tyler. Never. All right? Ever. And I'm going to end on this one. I'm not going to sit here and let you call in. I don't care how much money I make. You ain't going to talk to me like I'm 12 years old. Gotta be freaking kidding me. Folks, can you remember back when Saturday Night Live was funny? This would have made it. Lord, I'm lightheaded. Man, I'm lightheaded. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is so good. This is so flipping good. Steve Boy. I say Steve Boy, but it's Steve-Bo. Steve-Bo, thank you, Brian, for a great show. Keep up the good work and go Tigers. Thank you for donating $5 to the channel. I really, really do appreciate it, man. I appreciate everything. That really does mean a lot to me. When people not only subscribe, but they also turn around and do that. So I appreciate it, and the encouragement. If Jim Rome quit having calls, he wouldn't be in the Radio Hall of Fame. That's funny. Guy Powell, Smoking Pig Meetup. When? Hey, you know what? I've been thinking about doing that. I have been thinking about putting together. Guy Powell, you make a great point or thought. I have been thinking about taking an off night during the season. You're like an off night for a restaurant, not like a Saturday or a Friday, but maybe like a Tuesday in a restaurant in the Clemson area. Just have a get together, and I'm not paying for your food or your drink. Just if you want to come out, maybe ask the restaurant, hey, if they're between this time and that time, if you want to run like some type of special, that's up to y'all. You're the restaurant, but hey, kid, it's an off night for you. Maybe I can draw in some business for you that would work for you, and then it would be a great time for all of us to get together. I have been thinking about that. So if y'all have any ideas, throw it out there to me. Obviously, the SO Club, TDs, all of that good stuff. Um, you know, I've thought about going to them and saying, hey, if it's a Tuesday night and barely anybody's coming in, maybe I can fix that. And so it will be good for everybody. So y'all give me some ideas. Drop a link to me, or not drop a link. Drop a comment to me. Got Matt Knight in here. Matt's my cousin. Matt, you're hilarious. Got my old buddy Jay Drummond in here. Jay Drummond, fantastic drummer, is a good friend of mine. It's good to see you. Well, folks, listen. You take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Drop a line. What was your favorite? What was your favorite thing that Dabo said to Tyler from Spartanburg? What is it? I would love to hear your favorite comments. You can rank them. We can have some fun with this, and let me know. Let me know. Do you believe? Now, remember, I've already said this. I'm trying not to ramble here. I've already said this. I guarantee this has been on the table for a long time. And if you talk to a Clemson insider who actually works for Clemson, they'll get very offended because they're part of the team. They're going to say, hey, this has been on the table for a very long time. Stop talking about things you don't know about. Something like that. They get upset. But we all know the real reason that this was next was probably because of last year. And there's a grim look on the Georgia Clemson game coming up. Just telling you, I've been around in the corporate world in different organizations long enough. I know how this crap works. Let me know what you think. As always, go Tigers.